The challenge, the challenge, and it's not just public sector, I think we see it in private sector as well, in procurement, is data. And so effective decision making, normally needs to be supported by a sort of an evidence-based model. So you need data, good, clear data to inform strategy and priorities and decision making. And I think an area that we see that public sector struggles with is being able to pull the data into a consolidated view, and then being able to dissect that so that you can understand what the data is telling you. And so the two things are separate, and I think we supported a number of clients in terms of helping them set a strategy by shining a light on their data, such as trying to pull that together in terms of category views, supplier views. And it's amazing that you don't need to get down into the nth degree. It's the usual 80-20. So if you understand where 80% of your budget's been spent, or where the majority, where that's happening from a supplier perspective, you can quickly start to understand where the opportunities are. And so, some of that is pulling that data, not trying to boil the ocean, not trying to perfect it, but you're trying to sort of go on a real top-down view. Where's most of that spend happening, and where would the opportunities be? And I think, public sector are much more restricted in terms of then the solutions that they've got available to them. It's not like a private sector organisation where you can just simply renegotiate, or you can cancel contracts or go back out to market. There are more restrictions in terms of that. But I think if you can see the data well enough and you put your plans in place, there are still a lot more innovative ways of managing that spend, and either taking spend out, which is always the popular one, but just as importantly at the moment, I think, is risk mitigation. So understanding within that supply chain, where are your potential risks, and what do you need to do going forward in terms of your contracting models as to how do you mitigate against that. So I think the data's key. Once you've got that in place, and you can start to overlay that with subject matter expertise, category knowledge, an understanding of the marketplace, benchmarking against alternative comparable services suppliers, and then start to inform a view of the world that looks forward to say, if that's the plan, how do we best build that into the procurement pipeline, and what are the decisions we need to make then, so that it becomes a much more conscious upfront decision in terms of this. And I think that avoids a scenario, which is often the case, that it becomes just a repurchase of what we've bought before. So we tend to see that a lot, where organisations will just dust off the old ITT documentation from last time. They'll go back out to market, and that opportunity to reconsider what is it the organisation needs, what type of commercial contractual relationship do we need, and actually spend that time. And that's a luxury that it doesn't feel exists often in public sector.